When most people hear the name KA-BAR, they associate that with the large fighting knife the Marine Corps uses. What most people don't realize is that the model of that knife is not the KA-BAR, and that is actually the manufacturer. They also don't realize that that manufacturer, KA-BAR, offers a pretty large line of knives. They range big to small. Obviously, the fighting knife is very large. But they also have small ones, like this Johnson's Adventure Piggyback you see right here. Today we're going to do a little review on the Piggyback. The Piggyback, as you see right here, is mainly designed with hunting in mind and dressing game that you have recently got. It'll do anything they claim, from small birds to hogs. I don't see what the difference is in a small bird and a hog. It's still cutting through the same type of material, but that's what this is designed for. When you buy the Piggyback, you also get this plastic sheath. As you see right here, it's nothing really special. I'll talk a little bit more about it in a moment. First, we'll go over the knife. Here's a little view of everything for you. Let's see, some pretty nice jimping on it. 2 spots, very sharp. I actually almost just cut myself. That's pretty funny. The Piggyback features a skeleton frame, as you can see here. Reason for that is that it cuts down on weight and materials for the manufacturer, but also that it increases traction when holding it. If you've got gloves on, also, that the material tends to bunch up in the skeleton hand grip and gives you even more stability when you're using the knife. That, in addition to the jimping, means that this knife is pretty solid in your hand. You got pretty aggressive jimping right here that you can really push down on quite hard, and then also a little less jimping up here. So if you want to use the knife like this and really push down on it, you have that option. So as far as stability and ergonomics, that's good. Another technical piece on the Piggyback with ergonomics is the angle. It's not necessarily, I mean, yeah, it looks like it's just somewhat of an arc, but it's really just a bend here. It's got a 15-degree kink from the hand grip to the blade, which, combined with the swoop of the belly of the knife, gives you a nice feel when you're cutting down into things, especially when you're cutting into flesh, when you're dressing animals that you just hunted. The steel on this blade is a 5CR13 stainless steel, which, if you don't know, is a Chinese steel. But I've never heard a whole lot about the steel, but from my use of this knife, it's not bad. It can resharpen pretty good. It comes with a really nice blade, edge on it from the package. So I don't really have any complaints with the steel, but I don't know a whole lot about it. If you do know more about it, go ahead and comment and let other people know so they know more about the 5CR13. But from my experience with this knife, it's really not too bad. Real quick, before I get too far in this, size and weight on it. It has a blade length of 2 5/8 inches right there. And overall it's 6 inches, tip to tip. And weight, get ready for this, brace yourself, 1.1 ounces. Tell me if you can beat that, because I don't think you can. Now, as you saw in the beginning, it does come with this sheath, plastic sheath. This is it, really. It's not a whole lot to it. It has a lanyard loop, as you can see here. 550 cord does not fit through there, but you might be able to modify it to do so. I don't know, but I don't even really understand what the design on that is intended for, but it's there if you want to use it. As far as locking in your blade, it is just that right there. You can see this. Not very significant. That's it. That's all you got. It'll stay on there, as you can see here, some friction, but it's not a very good sheath. That's all it takes right there. Take it in and off. 2 fingers. Not a lot. So I wouldn't want to dangle this or trust it for anything, but it will cover the sharp edge if you toss it in a bag or something like that. So not completely useless, but not all that great. So I'm going to roll into some cutting tests on this. I'll show you that, but before I cut away from this part of the review, I want to say the best thing about this knife, the Piggyback, is the price. MSRP off of KA-BAR.com $11.69. You can't beat that. That is like, I mean, that's disposable price. So, and it's definitely more than a disposable knife. It's really, really good quality for the dollar. Now, worst part, just talked about it, the sheath. It's pretty useless. I don't know extensive amounts of information about the steel. It is made in China. I'd like to see some more knives made in America, but I understand the price of manufacturing is considerably higher, which would take away from the best thing, which was the $11.69 MSRP of the knife. You could, with the skeleton, if you were not using it to cut animals apart for whatever reason, you could wrap 550 cord or leather around here, weave it, make pretty cool designs if you wanted, and make this a pretty sweet EDC knife or shop knife, whatever. But I'm going to go ahead and roll into some cutting tests on this so you guys can see it in action and enjoy that part. First, real quick, before we get the knife dirty, a little paper test. You can see that it cuts just fine. Nothing spectacular. A knife should be able to cut through paper. I mean, it's paper. But there, you see it cuts through paper just fine. Now, onto a little bit better. What it's designed for, cutting through meat. Got a piece of chicken here on a cutting board, and we'll start here just cutting through some fat very, very easily, just like that. Then you get to the meat. Slices through quite easily. This is actually frozen chicken, so you've got to remember that. Hopefully your animal is not frozen when you kill it in the field, but it cuts it just fine. In and down. So, cutability, design, jimping, all used together. This thing will get through on your hunting trip whatever you need. So, there, just a couple seconds and it'll chop up some meat. You can get in and take care of your animals. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. For $11, you can get it cheaper, $9 or $10. It's not a bad little tool to have. So, if you need something that you're not worried about getting messed up, but will still get the job done, go ahead and give the KA-BAR Piggyback a try.